Good morning, guys. Well, it's a very snowy day here, and I'm headed to an exit exam and work today. So I thought I'd chat with you for a minute and talk to you about my pre-exam food routine this morning. So I've been taking some exams this semester, like a CLEP exam to test out of a class and things like that. So I'll do those a lot of times like in the mornings, and my routine is going to be different than it is on a regular morning. My usual mornings, I have lemon water to cleanse the system and reset the pH in my body, and so I'll do that. And then I also like to make a protein green smoothie, and I put lots of superfoods in it. Just depends on what I have on hand. Sometimes I'll have like some mushroom immunity powder, or different kinds of super greens and things like that. So I usually like to do that, but and then of course other things too, like I'll put make sure I get calcium by putting some almond milk or something like that, which it has tons of calcium in it and things, which I know is a big difference. If I don't have almond milk on the regular, then I notice that I might have like some leg cramps, things like that. So it really does help a lot to have that. Anyway, so this morning what I did instead of the smoothie, and the reason I didn't do the smoothie is partly, there's several reasons actually. So first of all, nothing wrong with it, of course, but with the smoothie, I usually put a banana in my smoothie, and bananas, whenever I have the smoothie, a lot of times afterwards, I just have to clear my throat or swallow a little bit more, I don't know how quite to explain that, but basically, it kind of gets my system going in such a way where it's not as smooth as if I was to not do that. So and that's what lemon water does for me as well. It's cleansing, and so it kind of stirs things up a little bit. So sometimes you might have to clear your throat. At least that's how it is for me. Things like that. So that's why I skipped the lemon water this morning, and the banana. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with both of those, doing those, but I just knew that I was going to be in a testing center this morning, and I didn't want to be trying to clear my throat all the time, or have any of those effects. I just wanted to just take my test. Now another thing as well is that studies have shown that if you take some sort of grains, whether it's like toast or oatmeal or things like that, half hour before a test, that your mental clarity is better. So even though this test doesn't really matter to anything for me, because it won't be graded for any of my grade purposes, and it won't affect my life at all, I still want to have mental clarity, just because it's more fun to take tests when you feel like you're understanding what's going on and that kind of stuff. So anyways, that's what I did. Is I had a bowl of oatmeal. Oatmeal has good protein in it, so that's great. However, I did go ahead and add some extra little boost of protein. So I put some hemp seeds in there, and then I had a few pumpkin seeds as well. Pumpkin seeds are amazing, tons of minerals and protein and things like that, iron. So, and then of course this morning I used soy milk. I'm trying to use soy milk sometimes because I am, getting a little older, and in a couple of years I'll be 50. So I'm thinking, okay, so I'm actually 47. I'll be 48 in just a few months here. And then, so a little over 2 years, I'll be 50. And I want to make sure that my system transitions smoothly to the next phase. And the estrogen in soy products and stuff is good for helping that transition. So, yeah. So anyway, so sometimes I'm incorporating more. I do use tofu and other products as well, but I've learned from a friend that just even a glass of soy milk a day really made a huge difference for her. So anyway, I'm kind of using that sometimes, and it's good to mix things up too. That's the same thing with the smoothies and stuff. It's good sometimes to mix it up with your system, just so that your system gets a variety of things. I mean, I use variety of products in my smoothies anyways. So, but I'll like go through a phase of using, certain products, certain ingredients, and then I'll decide, okay, I'll get some other, ingredients, and when I run out of those or something like that, or I'll switch it up a little bit. But I tend to try to get protein and greens, because here's the thing. It's very, very important to get your protein and greens, because the greens will help your system. They will have the chlorophyll in them. That, chlorophyll is just one molecule away from being the same makeup as your blood. So, it's like almost like a blood transfusion to have chlorophyll or the greens, that kind of stuff. It's really, really healthy for your blood. And also the iron, super important, because a lot of people have challenges with, having enough iron and that kind of stuff. And then of course we all know protein is important for your body to maintain healthy function and everything. So anyway, I try to get those in there, but then I also like to use other things as well, depending on what I have in hand. I like to use turmeric a lot, turmeric and ginger, because they're so good for you. I mean, like, for example, for myself, I like to play tennis and I like to be active, and turmeric is good to help keep down inflammation. And I don't want to have troubles with inflammation because of, playing tennis or doing any of these things. So I take turmeric most of the time. Sometimes I try to back off just a little bit, just so that I'm not doing it all of the time. I don't want to get too much, but it hasn't been a problem at all, and I have been using it pretty regularly. So and then ginger is so good for you as well. I mean, it's so good for your system, as we know. It helps with a lot of functions in your system, and just very excellent to take. So I actually get the ginger root if I can, and I break a piece off and throw it in my smoothie. Sometimes it gets very fibrous, when you're drinking your smoothie. So sometimes you'll have little fibers, depending on how fresh your ginger root is. If it's a little older, it kind of gets a little bit more fibrous, but that's okay. It's still really good for you. So anyway, and then then I get the calcium with the milk, protein, greens, the superfood that way with the turmeric and ginger, and you can use some sweetener if you want, some natural sweetener if you like, depending on what you're comfortable with, right? So I actually do use honey, because I feel like honey is extremely good for you. It's very good with natural antibiotic properties to it. So I feel like it's very important to have that. Builds the immune system and that kind of stuff with that. So I do use that. Some people may prefer to use something else, or not even at all. Like, if you want to use dates are excellent source of sweet nutrients. So, it's just kind of whatever you feel like doing it. If you want to try to do a smoothie like that, a lot of times I'll use frozen berries too, like frozen blueberries or something. So I really do like doing that as well. It just makes a nice, like a banana berry protein green yumminess going on. I mean, it's so delicious. I've made it for people and they're like, oh wow, I thought this was going to be a health drink. It's like a shake, like a yummy shake. So yeah, so it's really delicious. I like to make my stuff delicious. Much more fun to drink it on the daily. So anyway, so that's kind of what I'm doing this morning, is the oatmeal. I just had a bowl of oatmeal. I don't like to have a lot of, well, I do sometimes eat several, different things, like different types of foods together. What I mean is like maybe for supper, I'll have, peas and tofu. So I'll have a couple different things, maybe, a salad. So I'll have, a mix of different things. But a lot of times, like during the day, I'm not saying always, but a lot of times during the day, I don't like to have like too many different foods together. Like this morning, I just had a bowl of oatmeal. That was it. Because my stomach just needs that nice, simple, this is what you're having. Let's not mix it up with too many other things. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong to mix it up with other things or whatever, and everyone's different. So, it might work better for you to have it that way. And of course, when I made my bowl of oatmeal, I did put some other stuff in it to pack it full with nutrients, so I'm not missing that. And then I intend to hopefully eat some like fruit like later on, like maybe after my test. you know, when I go to work and stuff, I'll probably have, I have a pear with me and a banana. I might have, you know, a piece of fruit this afternoon, or I guess it'll still be this morning. I might have a piece of fruit to, you know, help keep me going through the day. Because the thing is we have to remember that we need to keep our blood sugars stable. And in order to do that, you need to make sure your system has what it needs to carry it through. Now, I was just thinking, as far as the fruit goes, I was just feeling my stomach right now and realizing I'm full right now. So, and oatmeal does last a while on your stomach, so I probably won't have the fruit for a while if I do. A lot of times with a smoothie, I'll have it, you know, a couple hours later, because the smoothie doesn't last as long. But the oatmeal it should last a while. So I'll probably wait, but I listen to my stomach, you know, and what it tells me that it needs, like, as far as I've become in tune with my stomach to know kind of more like, you know, what it needs and things like that. So at first, when you're not in tune with it, you need to kind of like think about it and be like, okay, so I'm gonna park over here. I'm here now, and I'm gonna take a test, and I need to go into a different parking lot. So anyway, at first you have to do what you know is supposed to be right for your body. And then as you get used to knowing that, then you can kind of gauge how your stomach feels about stuff, and better have an idea based on what you know. You can have a better idea of what, oh, there's a little snow there, what you should do, you know. So anyway, I'm here now. So hey, you guys have a great day, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment or ask me any questions you may have. I'll do my best to answer them, and you have a lovely, blessed day. Bye.